Yesterday I revealed that Harley has got a new girlfriend coming. We are not at the end of breeding season despite it being already August. We've got another mare arriving to run with Harley. Because of circumstances, we haven't got anything left to run him with, meaning he is going to be on his own if we don't look elsewhere for some company for him. So I looked elsewhere for some company for him. And what I was looking for was, you've just gobbed all over me. You are gross. What I was looking, you really gobbed all over me. What I was looking for specifically, ideally, was an experienced mare, one who's a proven brood mare who is going to get in foal quickly, hopefully. So a proven brood mare, experienced, ideally an older mare, ideally a mare that knows him, ideally a mare that I know, that knows us, that knows the setup. We just want something smooth sailing, easy conception, quick conception. We're so late in the year. We want no more dramas this year. Thank you very much. Just a nice quick conception. Thank you, Harley, which is normally what he does. We just have had a bit of a weird one this year. Anyway, we didn't have a mare that fit that description, but I did know of one. And so I got in touch with the guys at Langdale Connemars and I asked them if Keeva is possibly available, i.e. empty, because we did want the mare to be empty, not in foal. That was key as well. And would they like her to run with Harley? Would they mind a very late foal in 2027? The answer was yes on all parts. So Harley, what do you think about the idea of Keeva coming back to you? So excited about it. Harley, Keeva's going to come and see you again. What do you think about that? Okay. I'm hoping you'll be a tad more excited when you see her. Keeva is a mare that we bought back in 2020. She arrived with a foal at foot and she was in foal as well. And then she ran with Patrick a couple of times. She ran with Harley very early in 2025 and sold in foal to Harley and had a very, very early 2026 foal to Harley. That foal is currently on her side, being weaned now. She's going to arrive empty with no foal on the side to run with Harley. And so the plan is that Keeva will arrive after I get back from Ireland. So a couple of weeks time to 3 weeks time, she will arrive and she will spend the winter with him. So she will hopefully conceive fairly quickly. That's what she normally does. That's what he normally does. And then she will run with Harley through the winter, keep him company through the winter. And she will leave early in spring whenever we're ready for Harley to run with other mares. So she's just going to be the ideal company for him. She's literally the ideal mare for this job. So the foal will belong to Langdale Connemars because Keeva does. It's not going to be an Ellswaite foal and she won't be foaling out with us. She will be going home to foal. But we will have a few months of her company, which is going to be really nice. It's going to be really nice to see her again. We sold Keeva because she was just slowing up a little bit. She was just getting a little bit slow and just finding, because she's an older mare, she was just finding fell life. She was managing, but just starting to find it a little bit fast for her, starting to be at the back of the herd. She'd always been a leader. She'd always been boss mare for so long. She was boss mare. Andy was her second in command. And then she just started to take that step back and it was just quite a key difference for her. She wasn't the strong Keeva that she always had been. And we just thought fell life is asking a bit much of her. And we didn't want her to have to be doing it with a foal on her side because then not only is she feeling like she needs to be fit and fast enough to keep up with the herd, but she's got to be protecting this foal as well. And we thought it was the right time for her to find a quieter private home where she isn't required to keep up with a herd across like hundreds of acres. Like she was fine when they were just mooching around, but if they take off, which they do, I think that must be very stressful for a pony that isn't able to keep up with them for whatever reason. And I just felt like she was on the cusp of that and I didn't want her to go any further down that road and particularly not to have to run with a herd with a foal on her side that she's trying to protect but also trying to keep up with the herd. And I just felt like it was the right time for Keeva to move on. And so she went to Langdale Connemars, which is an amazing home. And they are on Instagram and on Facebook. So you can follow along and see Keeva there. And also, if you haven't made the connection, that is where Kate and Archie have gone as well. So you can also go and see Kate and Archie there as well. So do follow those guys on social media. But I just think with Keeva being a proven, experienced, older broodmare that's an easy keeper, that knows Harley, that is extremely bossy and will take no messing from him, I think it's just going to be a really straightforward, simple solution, which is exactly what we need right now because we are so late in the year. What we just want is company for this boy and for it to be really straightforward. And because Langdale Connemars are quite happy with a late foal next year, it just all works out really, really well. So we really feel like this is the best solution for everybody. It just ticks all the boxes. So really looking forward to seeing Keeva again. Any questions about Keeva, let me know. If you haven't been following long enough, you won't remember her. So you might have a few questions about who she is or who her foals are. So let me know about that. And stay tuned for the reopening of the Hanky Panky pasture.